I'm a 51-year-old male. I've had celiac and candida yeast for over 15 years. I spent over $100,000, been over 40 doctors. I've been on a vegetable diet.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Since then, eat avocados every day. I've been following your program, Dr. Waller's program. I did a 3-day juice fast here about 3 months ago. Couldn't identify any foods that might be bothering me. And then I turned around a month later, did a 4-day water fast. I can't eliminate any of the foods, but I just can't beat this yeast.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can beat the yeast. Here's the deal. A couple things. First of all, you may have your celiac disease may not be totally controlled. And that will definitely be a problem. So if it's not totally controlled, you really want to be very vigilant to symptomology and start to tease out the specific triggers, what's causing those symptoms, and then eliminate those symptoms. Secondly, you may not have completely patched up your gut. You still may have damage. Even if you've controlled the celiac, you still may have damage to the gut, and that can also cause yeast. So start to patch up the gut. Get the Fucoid Z and get the digestive enzymes, ultimate enzymes after all your meals. Use apple cider vinegar. Make sure you're using the BioLumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night, as well as fermented foods. Eating less food is in your interest. Of course, I'm sure you know about gluten and proteins that are found in grains and seeds. Those can be problematic. But you know what? Vegetables can be problematic too. So you want to be kind of linking any kind of symptoms to veggies that you might be eating. Certainly fruits can be a problem. Any kind of sugar can be a problem as well. Yeast is definitely beatable, but you got to learn how to control the digestive system, watch out for problem foods, and make sure that you're using probiotics, good bacteria. There's a very important balanced relationship between good bacteria in the gut and yeast. They live in balance. When the good bacteria in the gut die off, the yeast overgrow. The probiotics, the good bacteria, are supposed to control the yeast, but when they die off, that control, there's nothing there to control the yeast, and the yeast overpopulate or overgrow. Antibiotics, even if you're eating correctly, antibiotics in the water, antibiotics in fish and in dairy and in meat, all of that can kill probiotics as well. So you got to make sure that you got enough probiotic bacteria. Again, the BioLumin Nightly Essence and fermented food. You're patching up the gut with the Fucoid Z. A glutamine powder can help you patch up the gut as well. Maybe a teaspoon of glutamine powder every day. Also, using things like noni juice, aloe juice. Those can have a soothing effect on the gut. You know, the glucogel caps can also have a nice reparative effect on the gut. And same with bone soup. Make yourself some nice bone soup, chicken soup with the bones, and that can also help repair the gut. Digestive enzymes, apple cider vinegar, lecithin, bile salts. These are all wonderful strategies, and bile salts is B-I-L-E. Bile salts can all have wonderful reparative effects on the digestive tract and also help you process your food. As long as you have the yeast, though, Jerry, you probably still have an issue with the gut. Even if you're pretty much under control, or you think you're under control, you probably do still have a gut issue. Okay?
All right, I've been on most of those supplements you've been talking about for quite a while, and I've just done a lot of things.
So you still have, you haven't done everything, my friend. You still have symptoms, digestive symptoms?
Yes.
Okay, like what? Like what?
I finally got my bowels working one time a day, but I don't have 3 bowel movements a day like you should.
Well, it's not the amount of bowel movements necessarily per day. It's how how close to eating a meal or eating food that you have a bowel movement. You want to have a bowel movement 6 hours or so after a meal. It's not, if you only eat once a day, you're not going to have 3 bowel movements a day probably. So it depends on how much you eat. What you want to look at is how many bowel movements you have after meals. If you are constipated, you have a problem evacuating, your stools aren't like good solid stools, those are definitely problems with the digestive system, and you need to connect those up with food. So it's a little bit tough. You know, it's a process, but as long as you have those issues, there's some kind of food problem. You can't have a bowel movement problem or gas or bloating or any of the other symptoms unless there's some kind of food that you're not processing correctly, and it's your job to find that food. The yeast, you don't want to look at killing off the yeast. There's strategies to kill off the yeast. Coconut oil can be used to kill off the yeast. Oregano can kill off the yeast. Cayenne can help kill off the yeast. There's all these strategies that you'll see advertised by people who don't understand nutrition for killing yeast, but they're just going to come back. They grow like crazy. So it doesn't do you any good to kill the yeast. You got to stop them from overpopulating, and that involves the bacteria and the digestive process. Now, I want to take one more call, Jerry. I hope we helped you out. If you got any more questions, feel free to either call back on our next episode, or you can send me an email, ben@ksco.com. All right. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate your call, man.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get one more in. Carl, the Truth Raider, what is up? Welcome back to the bright side, bro.
Good morning, Ben. I have a question for you. What is in the containing properties in the sweetener known as Rejuva Sweet, the first ingredient in Beyond Tangy Tangerine?
Rejuva Sweet's kind of an interesting non-sweetener sweetener. I mean, it doesn't have any sugar in it, but I should say non-sugar sweetener. And I think you're referring, you said Beyond Tangy Tangerine, right?
That's correct.
That's that Rejuva Sweet is a citrus-based sweetener, and it turns out that there's actually compounds in citrus that can enhance the sweetness of ordinary sweeteners. I think they use a compound or complex of fructose and citrus extract, and that citrus extract can bump up the sweet flavor of fructose, and they put that in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine because vitamins don't taste very good, and if you don't have a little bit of sweetener, a little bit of flavor anyway, to a sweetener, you're not going to vitamins, I should say, it's not going to be very palatable. And that's the problem with vitamin drinks, and that's why you don't see a lot of vitamin drinks around. But at the same time, when you drink your nutrients, you get much, much faster and more complete absorption, especially if you're dealing with a digestive health issue. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us on The Bright Side. If you're interested in joining the Bright Side Ben team, I'd love to have you on my team, especially if you're a business builder. If you understand business and you want to make a lot of money selling longevity products and helping spread the word, call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Tell them you want to join the team, or head over to brightsideben.com and click on the Join the Team link. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about hormones. Thanks for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have a wonderful, awesome, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
My Magic Mud is a tooth whitening powder that removes plaque and detoxifies your mouth. It's safe for your enamel, giving you a beautiful polish and a dentist-like clean after every use. My Magic Mud is also the perfect remedy for pain caused by sensitivity. It strengthens your teeth and gums for a strong, healthy smile. The ingredients are 100% natural and it's safe for children. Simply brush with My Magic Mud right before bedtime for a cleaning you can count on. Visit mymagicmud.com.
I didn't believe it.
Neither did I.
No way could you professionally remove unwanted hair, pain-free, and at home.
My thoughts exactly.
Remove my face and body hair without expensive, painful office visits?
Not possible. Great minds think alike.
Until I tried No Pro.
Wait, you tried No?
Yes, and it works. I use it on my face, legs, bikini line.
We're BFFs and you didn't tell me about No?
Here, this is my new No Pro. The most powerful No made. Custom treatment levels, less hair in less time. Perfect for any skin type. Try it.
No hair, no pain, no time-consuming expensive office visits?
No, and no.
For a limited time, you can try No Pro risk-free. You'll also get the facial kit and a travel case. Get weeks of long-lasting results.
That's it. I'm getting a No.
Great minds do think alike.
Try No Pro risk-free by calling 800-952-5760. 800-952-5760. That's 800-952-5760.